Welcome back, everyone. We're here today on Training Thursday episode of the Cabral Concept. This is episode 2596. The three big takeaways for the show, as well as any show note links, can be found at stephencabral.com/2596. And don't forget, all 2,595 previous episodes can be searched and found at stephencabral.com/podcast. And don't forget, if you haven't picked up already your free copy of The Rain Barrel Effect, absolutely do so over at stephencabral.com/podcast, or really any page, stephencabral.com, you will find it. So let's dive into today's show. You know, one of the reasons why I really believe, and I talk about this a lot on the Monday show, is that, you know, people need to be readers, not just online readers. Online readers, it's fine, but it never allows you to go deep and absorb a material, absorb a topic. So I read a lot of books, not just for me, but actually for my mission, my passion, which is teaching others about health, their own health and their own bio-individuality, meaning like one program that works for you or works for your friend might need to be tweaked a little bit for you. Not radically, but, you know, at a fundamental level, because you might have different deficiencies or toxicities. And that's really no different with exercise, which is what we're going to talk about here today. There's foundational protocols that every human should be following, but that allows for a lot of leeway. And I think that these are important topics to discuss. Well, one book that I've talked about, I've read multiple times, and I've shared with our IHP Mastery students, is Atomic Habits by James Clear. And so James writes a super short email as well that kind of like is in I would not say, almost like a little outtake or addendum to Atomic Habits, like other quotes he wants to put in there. And one of the writers that he quoted, because I love this overall philosophy, it's like, you never stop learning. And there's always so many brilliant people. One of the big things I see online that I don't love is that everybody tries to take credit for everything like it was their own original idea. You know, I see people like quoting the great Jim Rohn and, you know, never giving him credit from before. And it's not what you want to do. Again, like what your message that you bring to the world is unique in that it's coming from you, your voice, your background, your audience. But that doesn't mean that you can't stand on the shoulders of giants that have come before you. Give them their due, give them their credit. And then someone one day will give you credit as well. And this goes not just for like podcasts and videos and social media, but in life in general. It's great to be able to share the brilliance of other people. So anyway, James did that, and he quoted a writer, Sarah Perry. I don't know Sarah at all. I don't know her background. She's a writer. And when I was reading this, I said, you know what? This is what more personal trainers need to hear, what more massage therapists, what more people in the health industry and everyday people need to hear who may not be exercising right now or who certainly don't enjoy it. So I'm going to read Sarah's quote, and then I'd like to put this in real world applicable terms, because I don't love to read for knowledge alone. I think that that's important. What I love to be able to do is just say, how can this be applied in the real world? How can what I'm reading right now resonate with others so that they take action to dramatically improve their lives? So I'm going to read this from Sarah. I think you'll already get it, and then we're going to help put it into an action plan. All right, Sarah's quote was this: unfortunately, most on-ramps to exercise are at an intensity too high for previously sedentary people to find them pleasurable. If people go to a fitness class or focus on running a particular distance at a particular speed, they will likely miss the pleasure zone entirely. Refocusing on exercising only for one's own individual pleasure, as slowly as one prefers, and only at intensities that are pleasurable, it is more likely to motivate repeat and habitual exercising. At that point, the enjoyment of exercise can build on itself, motivating longer and longer intervals of experiencing the pleasure. I thought that was fantastic. Basically, it says this: when you first start an exercise program, don't start with a boot camp. Don't start with HIIT training. Don't start with sprint interval training. Don't start with really heavy weightlifting. The likelihood you find that pleasurable from being that sore the next day is very low. And the difference is, again, I was an 18-year-old personal trainer. Like, that's when I started. An 18-year-old body. Now, again, my body was not the pinnacle of being able to recover quickly, but most people in their teens and 20s recover quick. So they don't have the basis. They don't have the understanding. It is not possible to understand what a 50-year-old body feels like in your client that's had, they have 2 kids, sleepless nights, job stress, relationship stress, whatever it might be, taking care of aging parents, like who knows? That 22-year-old personal trainer, that was that person, does not understand that recovery is less. So they put them through the typical workout and their client's crushed. They're like, oh, that was a great workout because it felt great at the moment. But then the next day, your whole body's sore, inflamed, you have brain fog, you're tired. It does not serve you as a practitioner or as a client to beat the body up. Because you don't want to do that. Your body doesn't want to do that over and over and over. Less than 1% of people want to do that, right? So your average person, again, my goal is like, how do we help the greatest amount of people? Well, the greatest amount of people only can be helped with living a longer, healthier life by exercising. You need to exercise. But that's why inside of IHP, I teach a graduated exercise program or protocol. You start with walking, honestly. Like, if you don't find walking pleasurable, honestly, listen to your favorite podcast. Or if you want, I like to do outside, but be on a treadmill, watch your favorite TV show. That gives you, we talk about this in IHP Mastery, we talk about it's habit stacking, like good habits, right? So it's like, okay, and that's not even habit stacking, that's actually moving something, I won't ruin it for all the IHPs that are going through this now, but it's actually doing something that you don't want to necessarily do, but giving yourself something pleasurable while you're able to do it. So for people, catch up on your favorite TV show, right? Your favorite YouTube videos, your social media, just walk at the same time. And then you're associating, which Sarah didn't talk about, you're associating the pleasurable thing with just doing the exercise. So in the beginning, it's always exercise, but keep in mind, okay, you don't like to go for a run. A lot of people don't. So what do you like to do? Like, what would you do? Would you go for a bike ride? No. I mean, one of the reasons why Peloton is so popular is that you're actually engaged in a video while you're doing it, but inside of the privacy of your own home. That's why people loved it, right? Or a spin class. You've got the energy, you've got the music. I just let the instructor know, listen, I'm a beginner. I want to ease into things. I'm going to be in the back of the class. Don't put me on blast, right? Don't call me out. I'm going to go at my own pace. I'm going to ease in. I really want to enjoy this. And you can say that. Most instructors, like 99 out of 100, are going to be like, yeah, awesome. Like, I'm glad that you're here. We appreciate you being a part of this class. Like, that's it. But again, if not, well, you don't even need a Peloton. You can get a regular exercise bike. I've talked about it many times. They're at stephencabral.com/resources, just all my favorite bikes. You just put an iPad up there or your iPhone and it just sits there. Like the new bike that I got, you put an iPad or iPhone, just sits there. You do your own class if you want. Go to the iBone app by Equalife, free cardio workouts. It replaces a $1,500 Peloton bike. So again, keep that in mind. You're able to do these things, but you have to find something pleasurable. And then you can go out, you can play basketball. That can count as cardio. You can engage in a game of whatever, what's big right now, pickleball. And that's going to get in your steps. So like, do things that keep you active for 30 minutes a day if you can. That's the goal, 5 days a week. All right. So 30 minutes, 5 days a week. That is always the gold standard, 150 minutes a week, and choose whatever you want. I always say it could be 40 minutes, 4 times a week, 30 minutes, 5 times a week, but more days than not. So that means 4. So then it's just about, well, what can I engage in? And, do I think that you should do weight training? I do. I absolutely do. Twice a week or more, right? I do. Because that's been shown to help with fall prevention, which is one of the major issues with early mortality. And it's going to help with longevity. It's going to help with energy, producing more ATP, absorbing more food, breaking down glucose so you can actually eat some carbohydrates. Like, all of those things matter. But it's not always the first place to start. And if you are starting there, great, then maybe hire a personal trainer, hire someone, just say, listen, this is what I'm looking to do. You need to be an advocate for yourself, whether it's with your primary care physician, whether it's with an IHP, whether it's with a doctor of naturopathy, whether it's with a personal trainer, massage. Like, I'll tell a massage therapist, listen, I know that you may like to give a deep tissue hard massage because like it really, you feel like people feel the benefit. I don't need that. Like, I'm not looking to be sore from a massage. Some people are, not me. Like, I'm good with that. I want it for central nervous system relaxation. I want lymphatic flow, toxin movement, and yes, I want it for muscle recovery. But I don't need to be sore from my massage, right? Like, absolutely not. So I'm an advocate for myself, and I say that in a nice way, of course. Like, I'll joke around with the massage therapist and be like, listen, I want to be able to walk tomorrow when I get out of here. So my hamstrings are tight. I don't need you to Totally loosen them in one session, right? I'm going to come back. So I'll just joke around. And again, do the same thing. Like, be an advocate with a personal trainer. Listen, I'm not looking to be incredibly sore tomorrow. I've got this, this, and this. What I want to do is make this a long-term plan. And a personal trainer's like, I get it. I understand. So if you typically do 3 sets of a workout, can we start with 1 or 2? I know it's not going to be the hardest workout. I'm okay with that. And then ease in. Don't do 2 workouts back to back in terms of weight training. Do one on a Monday and a Thursday if you're doing twice a week, or a Wednesday and a Friday, or Wednesday and Saturday. That would work great. So here's what Sarah's saying though, and I agree with it. You start with the walking. You start with, playing some pickleball, whatever it might be, getting in the league or being more active. You start with some maybe body weight training, some lightweight workouts, or you just walk. You just sit on an exercise bike, an upright bike, and you watch your favorite YouTube videos or TV show that you're catching up on. That's the beginning, and you do that for 6 to 12 weeks, and then after that, like, oh yeah, this isn't that challenging anymore. You find it pleasurable, you enjoy it because you're kind of doing it maybe with someone else, or there's an accountability partner. You like meeting with your personal trainer. You like watching your videos, whatever it might be. Listen to your podcast when you're on a walk. Great, and then you say, okay, like, what's the next thing? That's natural. That's a normal progression. Okay, now I'm going to go to the gym and do some weights, or I'm going to order some equipment from my house, and I'm going to follow along with a personal training like workout, again, like the iBone app, which are free workouts, or you hire a virtual-based personal trainer, and you can do that too. So there's like sky's the limit, and then you might eventually say, oh, I want to try some of this Tabata or sprint interval training. But you don't need to do that even for the first 6 months of exercise. There's absolutely no need. There's no extra benefit. There really isn't. Because if you're going from untrained to training, you don't get more benefit from starting at A. You get more benefit from going A, B, C, D, rather than jumping to like X, Y, and Z. The chance of injury goes up. You're going to be way more sore, and you're not going to get better results. You're really not. You might as well use those things for when you plateau, or that you found enjoyment. Why do I say enjoyment matters so much? Because like Sarah says, you then develop a schedule. You're not going to make this a priority. You're not going to schedule it if it isn't enjoyable. But you might schedule your favorite podcast for 5 to 5:30 p.m., going for a walk, or 8 to 8:30 a.m., or your favorite videos that you get to watch, maybe even doing some light cardio, just like a light cardio after dinner, like a walk or an upright bike or something like that. And so what I'm trying to share with you is this. If you're not exercising right now, it's one of the top 8 factors for living a long, healthy life. Overall, like, it lowers all-cause mortality. So we have to do it, not just for body transformation, but for actual health and longevity. So now it becomes, well, I don't really like exercising. Okay, what do we find that is human movement that you are willing to do? And if there's nothing that you really enjoy doing, okay, we walk, or we do an upright bike, and we do something along with it that you do enjoy. Make a phone call to a friend or family member while you're walking, right? And that's what I do in the mornings as well. I talk about that all the time. I walk and talk to my team. Or you watch your favorite TV series, your favorite videos, listen to your favorite podcast. Those are easy things to stack on top that enables you to do more of the thing you know you should be doing while getting pleasure of it at the same time. And then you can begin to walk up or ascend up that hierarchy of, okay, instead of just walking, I'm going to do a little bit more cardio. Instead of cardio, I'm going to do some body weight training. Now, on top of body weight training, I'm going to do a little bit more interval training. And that's how you can progress up naturally, safely, healthily, and you can do it for life. Hopefully today's show was helpful. I thank you. I appreciate you for being a member of this global health community. Of course, if the show was helpful, do feel free to share it with anyone you believe it could serve. Thanks so much for tuning into today's show. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I want to make sure that you're getting our daily content, not missing out on anything. Functional medicine, wellness, weight gain, weight loss, anti-aging, living longer, stronger, and all of the most cutting-edge research. And if there's any topics you want to hear, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Take care.